more Clipse at Def Jam, and you can blame Kendrick Lamar for that. So Pusha T and No Malice, they recently had an interview with GQ.
Is he going by No Malice still? I think he changed it back to just Malice.
Is it just Malice now? I don't know.
He want to be respectful, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought it was still No Malice. I could be wrong, but either way, they were with GQ. They were explaining how Def Jam and their parent company UMG sought to axe a Kendrick Lamar feature for the Clipse new album. And the label wanted to censor Kendrick's verse, and the Clipse declined. So Pusha T was in the interview basically saying, "We not doing that, and y'all can either rock with us or not on this choice because we're not backing out from that." Eventually, the album, which is going to be called Let God Sort 'Em Out, is going to be July 11th. It's going to be released on Rock Nation. So they left Def Jam, and then the way I understood it, Pusha T was also released as a solo artist.
Wow.
So everything went to Rock Nation at this point. I think this is dope. I like them staying on business, and I also like the Clipse coming back together as one because it's been a while since they put a project out. So I'm really excited to hear about that. They dropped a dope record. We're gonna talk about that as well. But how does this decision make Def Jam look? Well, how do you guys feel about this?
Well, they're thinking more about perception, lawsuits, and
Drake.
Yeah, you're thinking about that other than just culture.
Because it sounds like it's like we don't want to be in the news any more than we need to be. This is one of Drake's previous enemies, per se. So maybe they thought about that as well. But
what about Pusha T, though?
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
You're
that's
willing
what I'm
to
talking
sever
about.
that entire relationship.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because based on one verse that Kendrick gave them, and if anything, this is if I'm running Def Jam, I want to get in on the Kendrick Lamar business too. Like, why are you threatening to censor and anything that's got Kendrick's name or voice on it at this point is up for discussion.
For me, they look stupid to sever ties with such an established group. I can see if you got somebody you like, we don't really need y'all, but the Clipse, I think there's anticipation about this record. I think people are looking forward to it, and a Kendrick feature would do wonders to me. So why would you sever all of your ties with the Clipse off the fact of trying to censor a verse? To me, that's stupid.
I mean, that's
hustling backwards.
Unless
to me.
Kendrick was really talking.
Yeah, I want to know what he was talking about at this point, because to me they look bad in this.
And Pusha T and Kendrick have worked together, on more than once, I believe.
They don't miss.
Yeah. So their relationship and their ability to create great records.
Yeah.
There's a track record of that. So I just think there are bean counters and weirdos at the top of Def Jam right now who don't care anything about culture and don't care anything about Pusha T or Kendrick's artistry. They're just thinking about people's feelings and lawsuits or whatever. I don't really get this move. I think it's if you're in the business of trying to sell records, and you say we're going to sever ties over one verse by Kendrick, on a Clipse reunion record, I don't see where from a business standpoint where that makes any sense, and from a cultural standpoint, it's just as bad of a move.
Well, unless they're trying to pick up Drake, unless Drake's name is in those boardrooms, and this was a way for them to alleviate both the Clipse and not have a Kendrick verse out there trying to draw him over. That could be a possibility.
Pusha T.
I didn't think about that.
And Drake have had their situation before, and he's been on Def Jam.
Only situation going on, you don't know. I'm just kind of speculating. That's the only reason I can see from a business point that they would decline even putting out this album, which was finished, because it had a Kendrick verse on it. You have somebody who already had a back and forth with Drake, that being Pusha T.
Yep.
We see how that went. And then you have them both on the same record, which is going to net sales, and it's going to put eyes on the Clipse who are under the Def Jam umbrella.
Facts.
So to me, that's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me if they were doing something like that, trying to draw him in. But there's also people that work at these record labels who have no idea of what they're doing. Def Jam isn't the same record label as it was back in the 80s
like
and
Russell
90s.
and Leor or even Kevin Lyles are up there.
They're not there. So, they had Jay-Z on the record label at the time when, he was a president. But was he working there when The Blueprint came out?
No.
Or was that afterward?
That was afterwards. Like the first album he put out after his presidency of Def Jam was Kingdom Come.
Okay. Never mind that then. But I mean, that's the only reason I can fathom them doing that.
But think about it. Like when we talk about Def Jam in 2025, who's on Def Jam?
Right.
I don't know.
It's not the same. It's not the same label.
We knew it was Redman, it was Method Man, it was Ja Rule, it was this one, it was that one. Even on when you're talking about the R&B, okay, you knew it was Cisco and Montel Jordan. Like there was a clear vision that Def Jam had, not only as far as a hit making record label, but a record label that was culturally relevant. Now I don't know who's on Def Jam. Maybe Logic. I don't know. Is Logic on Def Jam still? I think that was somebody.
No idea.
Like the branding of what Def Jam was, we have no anybody younger than say 25, maybe even 30, has no idea the branding of what it was to be on Def Jam.
Yeah, I didn't even know the Clipse were on Def Jam.
Me neither.
Honestly.
Nor did I.
Last artist I knew was on Def Jam that left because situation wasn't going like he wanted it to was Big Crit.
Okay.
So here we go. LL Cool J, Justin Bieber, DJ Khaled, Pusha T, Big Sean, YG, Jadakiss, Jeremiah, Wale, Fabulous, Janae Aiko, Coco Jones, Fabulous again, Janae Aiko again. I don't know why. It's AI. AI is confused.
Again?
Emerging artists, Jello Ball, Dave.
Oh, that's right. That's the last time we talked about
Friday,
Def Jam.
Benny the Butcher, Trinidad Cardona, Fredo Bang, Armani White.
All right, but once again,
2 Chainz.
Like if they made Def Jam Fight for New York Part 2, I wouldn't care about playing with none of these characters.
Maybe LL Cool J. He's a big dude.
Well, yeah.
I feel like it's all capitalism.
Hadn't brought that up in a while.
Not since last week.
Be right though.
No, I mean, what are the reasons that I mean, it's just pressure, like from that Terry said. It would just be pressure.
Shareholder.
Yeah, it's pressure to not want to spend more money in a lawsuit, or afraid of that. And again, they don't care about anything but the bottom line.
No.
Even if you're a music label, it's not about culture. It's about money.
At the end of the day, it's facts.
So care less about your culture.